国神戟被禹王所得。
郑国神戟相赠，多谢将。
你继承的一件神灵法器，可是上古年间放鲲鹏天荒阵，这下糟了。
而且你还唆使那些内贼已被各大教劫掠了一番。皇城在大劫之时，我方才还在琢磨，早早潜伏在外，就是在等。看来你对这神戟图谋已久，原来是在找他，引发皇城混乱，到底意欲何为？
除了毁护城法阵，释放三教，到时这皇位聪明，三教迟早还要
开启宝库。
算你
脱漏的龙袍。
弟子的我，还能被这天命所归？此物落入我手，
人守得住时光吗？你10号，让步吧。
就是本皇登基所见的功，身陨此处，过我这一关再说吧。
你以为我怕他们吗？难怪你敢嚣张至此。料定三教必然反攻，天哪！照样也不是我的对手。王空，今天听说昔日你被我祖父一箭射得血洒着。破！这些都是我的，我的东西也敢抢！雕虫小技！
是，陛下。
王已败，清剿叛逆。与
拖住他！
又在用什么邪法？
想不到你能，
是你！小所受的苦，皆是拜你。我从
好好研究一番，真想再添加一个标本。听说你的至尊骨复苏了，我献祭生命凝成的结界，隔着有。你又能奈我何？
乱发不侵，你是皇都，我容其肉，别忘了。
得你造次，此乃羽族祖庙。一身法旨。
还用这破法旨唬人呢？
Hello guys. Wherever you are, hopefully in good condition. Amen. Welcome back to AP Multi-Channel. On this occasion, we'll continue the storyline of the anime series Perfect World episode 68. In episode 68 this time, it was told that the king of the Yu clan had seized the royal inscription Divine Spear. The royal general said this was a bad thing, because the Divine Spear had fallen into the hands of King Yu. He also said that the Divine Spear was made by imitating the Desert Spear of the Celestial King in ancient times. Xiao spoke up and he said just now he was thinking about when the Imperial City was hit by a disaster, been looted by the major factions. He told King Yu that he was the one who instigated the thieves, then caused chaos in the Imperial City. Previously wondered what it was for. However, now he was sure, all of this was because of the spear, and it seemed that King Yu had longed for that spear. From the start, King Yu hid outside and waited for Xiao to open the royal treasure hall. He said Xiao was indeed smart, but sooner or later the three factions will return. Back then, once ascended the throne and apart from destroying the defensive formation, he would also free the disciples from the three factions. He thought nothing could stop them. Then Shon the 19th prince said Xiao had snatched his royal palace robes, and wonder if it can really protect the Stone Kingdom? Then King Yu said it was fate that the spear fell into his hands. He also said, today is his first duty to finish off Xiao before he ascends the throne, and then attack Xiao. Xiao said, expecting the three factions to return, it was only natural that he was so arrogant. Xiao was not afraid of the three factions at all. But King Yu continues to attack Xiao, and says skip him first if you want to face off against the three factions. The 19th prince who saw this, he even shook his head. The power that King Yu unleashed, Xiao could easily endure. Xiao said that he had heard that he was attacked by his brother until blood scattered in the sky. Today, even though King Yu has grown stronger, Xiao was not an opponent either. Then the fight began. Xiao looked relaxed facing King Yu, and easily reclaimed that royal inscription Divine Spear. Xiao says, how dare you snatch his things, the spear is his. King Yu then emitted great energy and unleashed his strongest technique. But Xiao said this was a lowly trick. He then used the spear to counterattack. Then Xiao ordered the generals to get rid of the rebels. They agreed and left immediately. It was shown that Xiao was releasing Imperial Dragon energy from the spear, then an Imperial Dragon appeared. The dragon also attacked King Yu, which made King Yu lose and flee. Then Xiao went to follow the escape portal of King Yu.
雕虫小技！
是，陛下。
王已败，清剿叛逆。与
Shown Xiao chasing the king and arrived at the temple of the Yu clan, the palace of the Yu king. Xiao walks into the temple, and shows King Yu recovering and using evil tricks to get stronger. However, when Xiao started to approach, King Yu was blocked by the formation. Xiao sensed someone's presence behind King Yu. Then a masked person behind King Yu appeared and had the right to immediately stop Xiao. Xiao recalled that the masked man was the one who took his tallest bone. The man said, apparently Xiao can survive. Xiao said the pain he suffered as a child was all because of that man. The man said he had heard that Supreme Bones were reborn and wanted to collect them again as well as study them. Separated by a barrier formed by sacrifice, what can Xiao do? Then Xiao broke the barrier and caught the masked man. He said this is the Imperial capital, the dragon energy in his body is invincible. The masked man's death gave King Yu a dark aura, and the masked man died. Yet his aura came out and entered the body of King Yu. Then King Yu made Xiao bound south. King Yu said, "This is the ancestral temple of the Yu Kingdom, not a place that Xiao can mess with." King Yu then took out the Rain God Edict technique. Xiao said, "Still use tricks to bully people and just pretend that King Yu is out of luck." Raja Yu says, "Don't think you can win by interrupting your technique." Then a large aura was shown to form the body of King Yu. King Yu instead thanked him for destroying the decree and summoned this divine form. Xiao said that even if you unseal the divine artifact, killing it is easy. King Yu began to attack, but was easily dealt with by Xiao and the divine form was destroyed. Xiao did not hesitate anymore and attacked King Yu, causing him to die. Xiao said after the rain, the sky will be clear, from now on there is no more Yu clan in Stone Kingdom. Then the mask of the man spoke and threatened Xiao, and said that he could only go crazy up to this point, after the 3 factions entered the Stone Kingdom, was the day of Xiao's death.
击碎法旨，献祭神使。多谢。
团长，人民法器，斩野印。灭之石国，再无羽族。雨过天晴，从
横死之时，要入住十国之日。
Shown to another part, Xiao was cultivating using the job seal. He thought that this Wanmei technique he had learned earlier was just a remnant of his legacy. And the divine primordial pure blood divine skill turned out to be hidden in the stonework treasure hall. Xiao continued his cultivation. Shown the generals and soldiers are preparing the formation of work. Then the decree of the 3 factions appeared. The decree contained a suggestion for Xiao, for him and the Stone Kingdom to surrender to the 3 factions. If refused, then the Venerable of his 3 factions, today will definitely trample the Stone Kingdom. Xiao did not accept and destroy the decree. He said, "Everyone come here, die not afraid."
尽管放马过来！
Then it is shown that Xiao uses a divine treasure to set up the Royal Defense Protected Formation. But the formation was not fully formed, Then the general spoke that the Imperial Dragon energy was the will of the people. This is a glorious first great battle, after ascending the throne of the dragon energy that has been gathered by the emperors of all dynasties was almost exhausted. While the Imperial Dragon energy that Shihao gathered was very little, because of that too, it was difficult to repair the protective formation. But there is still a second way, namely the formation of a second Royal Protector. It just needs to unite everyone's heart to form the Royal Protective formation. But everyone was restless, calling everyone to gather fearing it would be difficult. Other than that, unless I could find a power comparable to the supreme power of the Imperial Dragon energy, Xiao said that he had a way. It was shown that everyone was feeling uneasy about the formation that had not yet been formed. Before long a divine treasure from the three factions appeared, then said since it has rejected the decree submit to it then don't blame it three factions, and mentioning the basis of ungrateful people. His attacking power and pressure from that divine treasure overwhelmed Xiao and vomited blood. The people of the Stone Kingdom were afraid and wanted to run away, but one of them said not to go up because there was protection from the formation. Xiao already felt weak, but if he resisted then the formation would fail and everyone would be in danger. If you fight and let the others attack but also can't last forever. At that time Xiao could not protect everyone. Then everyone was worried about the Emperor, and they started to petrify Xiao. Xiao says good, our hearts all become one, who will dare to oppress the Stone Kingdom? The divine treasure is controlled by the Venerable Practitioner, and continues to attack the entire Stone Kingdom and says his three factions will destroy the Stone Kingdom. Xiao thought things like this wouldn't work anymore and had to think of a way to catch the person controlling the divine treasure. Then the 19th Prince's heart moved and asked to hand over the one here to him and took out a divine spirit sword formation technique. He says Xiao has protected the Stone Kingdom, how could it be just sitting around? He knew that he was not the opponent of the three factions, and entrusted it to Xiao. The general said why His Majesty had to fight. The 19th Prince replied Xiao was worried that they couldn't hold on, the formations couldn't last long either, and will end up hurting innocent people. That's why he chose to fight. Xiao attacked the divine treasure but failed. Was shown Venerable Practitioners from the three factions appearing. The three factions were the Venerable Master of Mount Bilao, the Jinmen sect, and the Bituin Hall.
你若肯放弃皇位，无需理会。
Then the Master of Bulao Mountain channeled energy into the divine treasure and made his attack stronger. The 19th Prince and the others are starting to feel exhausted. The attack will destroy the formation, however Xiao immediately faced the attack.
是，小石，交出
石国，容不得你们放肆！
够了！大家顶住啊！
Okay, this episode is over. What will happen to Xiao and Stonework? We'll just have to wait and see what happens next week. Shown in the preview, Xiao managed to restore the Royal Protective Formation and the Imperial Dragon Formation rose. Xiao also faced the three factions and made them surrender. Then it was shown, Xiao was with Fairy Yue Chan. And also Xiao was getting closer to Fairy Yue Chan. I'm just getting more and more curious about what's next, so don't forget to turn on the bell so you don't get left behind. See you later and bye bye.